Let's go to the party. You're all invited. Come on.
Of cars. Boris and I almost had an accident last night, but fortunately, a policeman made us move on.
Moses may have dropped the tablets as he came down the mountain, but you should not refer to them as the Rolling Stone.
Hey, Goldie, do you like powdered milk?
Well, I think it makes me sneeze.
What would you say if I were to take you to my apartment and,
Yes.
And,
Go on.
That's what I was hoping you'd say.
My daughter-in-law is an awful housekeeper. You ought to see my room. It's a mess. Oh, buddy! I guess that CBS is thinking of putting on a nude show version of Hee Haw.
Once again, sex rears its ugly head.
Teresa, I understand they're running an experiment in Washington. The congressmen are going to, a few congressmen are going to live on welfare budget.
Well, I've got a better idea, Dan. Let's have a few welfare people live on a congressman's budget.
Told me that girls shouldn't be kissed on a first date. But that doesn't bother me. I never go out with girls.
You know, sex education in the schools have some parents uptight. They don't want their kids to fail, but on the other hand, they get pretty shook up when they come home with straight A's.
Hippies on campus solved their bathing problem. They moved into a 5-day deodorant pad.
You know, we had an air pollution problem in London, but nobody knew about it because of the fog.
I just finished my latest underground movie. It's all about a young man who rides his motorcycle nude over the roughest roads in America. I call it Uneasy Rider.
It is easier for the peacock to show its true colors than for the lion to swallow his pride.
Industry has contributed so much to warfare, maybe they can get the Pentagon down to a 4-day war week.
You know, Goldie, people are always saying that these singles parties are nothing but wild sex orgies. But I can tell them one thing we don't have here.
Really? What's that?
Wife swapping.
Dan, I went to a computer dating service and got matched up with a guy who had the exact same interest I do.
Oh, it must have worked out great.
No, not exactly. I love to cook and sew, and I have a great big crush on Steve McQueen.
Oh, Buddy Hackett. Buddy, tell me a little bit about yourself, Buddy.
Well, I've been in the movies and on television and nightclubs and concerts. I've done just about everything, I guess.
Oh, poor baby. It's a shame you can't keep a steady job.
When I moved into this singles apartment, the landlord promised romance, thrills, and plenty of excitement. But it was all a big lie.
How's that?
He hasn't asked me out once.
Jeremy!
What?
Talk to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Well, Goldie, where do you stand on the pill?
Stand on it? I thought you were supposed to swallow it.
I don't mind admitting, Alan, darling, I'm looking for a husband.
Oh, really?
Yes, anybody's.
I'm going to marry a rich man. I don't believe in struggling.
Well, if you don't believe in struggling, you should be able to get any man you want.
Right.
This party's getting tiring. Why don't we go up to my place and have a little rest and relaxation?
What do you mean?
Well, you relax, and I'll take care of the rest.
Why there's so many TV shows are failures, Byron.
Actually, it's as simple as ABC.
All the show people going into politics seem to be actors. You'd think some comedians would want to get in.
Why is that?
Oh, look at all the laughs Governor Reagan's getting.
Not in our schools.
You think the dances of today are too suggestive?
Oh, what difference does it make? By the time you get around to doing what they suggest, you're too tired to do anything about it.
Carol, do you realize that movie ratings today are becoming more and more confusing?
Oh, well, yes, I know, Teresa. We saw a movie last night that was rated M, R, X, and G. And it was for mature families under the age of 16. And it was entitled Bambi Meets the Wild Bunch and winds up as lunch. Winds up as lunch at Alice's restaurant.
Different strokes for different folks.
Big disappointment in the college cafeteria yesterday. They were serving chicken pot pie, and all the students could find in it was chicken.
I can't understand that daughter-in-law of mine, laughing and giggling until 2 or 3 o'clock every morning. Well, I didn't know my little boy was that funny.
Byron, did I hear you tell Dick and Dan you used to walk to school 6 miles to school each day, back and forward to graduation? After graduation, you kept walking? And just for the exercise?
No.
Next season on Broadway, they're doing a nude version of Oklahoma. And believe me, this time the corn had better be as high as an elephant's eye.
Who says we're not making progress? Why, just recently, a big all-white university installed a Black Studies program. Didn't work out too well, though. Most of the kids passed Amos, but flunked Andy.
I just finished a terrific painting. It shows a large can of split pea soup sitting in a rocking chair. I call it Whistler's Lunch.
You know, the ABM system's going to cost $10 billion, and its advocates say it will be a great deterrent, and they may be right. It looks like it's going to be a deterrent to spending money on health, education, and welfare. Goldie, Thanksgiving's only a few weeks away. You going to celebrate with a turkey?
No, this year I thought we'd just spend it with our folks.
Which reminds me of the tale of the dancing maiden and the fascinating way in which she removed the Shah's impacted wisdom tooth painlessly.
How about coming up to my place later for a little martini?
Well, okay.
But I must warn you, one martini and I'm 3 sheets to the wind.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Anchors aweigh.
My daughter-in-law has atrocious table manners. Why, she eats peas on her knife. Last night at dinner, my son was so embarrassed, he dropped a saucer full of coffee.
Last night in my studio, the model, she took off all her clothes, and I did her in watercolors. Tonight, I'm going to paint her.
There was a Love Rock festival on campus. 5,000 students were really grooving. They're going to try it again next week, only this time with real rocks.
Mr. Roman, you know that rumor has it that Russia plans to highlight its next May Day celebration by sending Premier Kosygin into space.
Well, that's what I call getting rid of a headache with a capsule.
I believe the church should update its terms, but I do find it hard to call the collection plate the bread basket.
You have a figure that could turn a man into a savage.
How does it affect you?
Boris believes in separate vacations, and we're going to take one just as soon as he separates from his wife.
Byron, I read where Georgia's governor, Lester Maddox, has learned to ride a bicycle backwards.
That's easy for him, Dan. He's been backpedaling for years.
I say, Goldie, did you know that the British have lost most of their colonies?
Well, poor baby, did you look behind the couch?
You know, getting through to Goldie is a little like trying to sell a Look magazine subscription to Mayor Aliotto.
Say, a publisher asked me to do a book on free verse, and I said nothing doing. If I don't get paid, I don't write a line.
My boyfriend shows me how much he loves me over and over. Last week, he took me up in his plane and showed me over Cleveland, over Pittsburgh, over Philadelphia twice. A neat coat, a fox stole, and 2 diamond earrings. That's a whole lot of love.
Tell me, Mr. Rosmenko, what do you think about these protest marches?
Well, all this, you mean all this talk from protest marches?
Yes.
Well, in old country, we have protest marches every day.
Really?
They have to march and they protest about it, but quietly.
There's just been an increase in rates at maternity hospitals and funeral parlors. No matter how you look at it, they're gonna get you, coming and going.
I have developed a new art form. I cover my entire body with different colored paints and throw myself at the canvas. Last night I missed. Went right out the window. By the time I stopped sliding, I had painted a Greyhound bus, 2 cups, and a taco stand.
And daughter-in-law are very inconsiderate. Why, they play the television set so loud, I can't overhear a word they say.
you believe so strongly in reincarnation, then why not make out a will leaving everything to yourself?
Mr. Rosmenko, in the old country, do the people understand the policies of your leaders?
Oh, Mr. Roman, in all country, we got credibility.
Credibility?
Yes, and the government doesn't believe anything the people say, which is all right, because the people aren't allowed to say too much.
Jeremy, will the morale of the British sailor be affected by this cancellation of their daily rum ration?
Well, certainly. I mean, how would you like to stand on the deck of a ship singing yo-ho-ho and a can of cream soda?
Listen, I hear 8 more Green Berets were rounded up today. 7 Girl Scouts holding out on their cookies and a somewhat eccentric French artist.
In the Bolshevik motto, from each according to his ability, to each according to his need. Unfortunately, his ability can't keep up with our needs.
Sammy, you know they're thinking of making the draft into a lottery.
Yeah. Now, instead of saying greetings, your draft notice will read, "Congratulations, baby, you just won a free all-expense trip paid to Vietnam."
You know, I think a man should try to watch his weight.
How about a woman?
No, thanks. I'm trying to give him up.
You know, I heard there are alligators in the New York sewer system.
Yes, but that's a rumor, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe, but do you want to be the one to go out there and check it out?
You know, Sam, they won't lower the voting age. I guess they figure, what does an 18-year-old fighting in Vietnam know about national issues?
You know, Goldie, I don't know if you've thought about this, but the Russians are having terrible trouble with their Chinese border.
Well, why don't they tell them to just pay his rent or get out? When I first came to Hollywood, I had a job as a car hop, but I had to give it up. It was too tiring hopping in and out of all those cars.
Last week, I painted a still life of a bag of garbage. It was so realistic that this morning my mother threw it out.
Hey, you know, Sam, recently a judge in California went to a nightclub to observe 2 topless dancers.
Well, I guess you gotta say he was looking for a fair shake.
There's nobody here.
Surprise!
I went to the artist ball last week and danced with my favorite models. I was a sensation. No one has ever seen anyone tango with 2 apples, a bull, and a daffodil.
Jeremy.
Yes?
Over here in America, we call a man who is short-sighted myopic.
Yes.
What do you call such a man in England?
Prime Minister.
Boris' wife called last night and demanded a divorce. He was so upset he could hardly get back to sleep. I mean, he told me about it this morning.
The Lord created heaven and earth in just 6 days. If he hadn't rested on the Sabbath, he might even have finished Burbank.
Last week I auditioned
audition for the producer of a nude play. Now, I know why I had to take my clothes off, but I still don't understand why he did. Not to mention the ushers, the parking lot attendants, and a cute little old cleaning man who was too much.
My daughter-in-law wrote her mother and told her that I was a meddling old busybody. Now, I never would have known if I hadn't steamed that letter open.
There's nothing like Thanksgiving with relations.
Oh, and to think I wasted the whole day with my family.
Rosmenko?
Yes, good evening.
What's the national sport in your country?
Well, in old country, we no longer have it national sport.
Oh?
Yeah, the government sent her to Siberia.
Oh.
Hey, Goldie, you want a cookie?
Teresa!
No, you know what? You're much fatter this year than you were last year.
I got married.
I know, that's why I like you. Listen, Teresa, do you think they should continue the poverty program?
Don't ask me. I never watch ABC.
All my new hairpieces are driving Fang to drink. Every time I flip my wig, he pops his cord.
My daughter-in-law is such a sneak. Yesterday, behind my back, she changed the lock on her diary.
Some of my flock come to church Sunday mornings. Others prefer to sleep. Unfortunately, most of them do both.
Goldie?
Yes?
Are you a fatalist?
No, I figure, Dan, that I say if a thing is going to happen, it's going to happen, and there's nothing you can do.
That's what you say.
You know, girls today are really strange. You know, we walk around all the time wearing practically nothing in front of guys, and then for a change, we go home and tease our hair.
Mr. Roman, you got to be more careful. You look it sloppy.
Yeah, well, I would like to look as well as you do. You know, in America, we have an unemployment problem. Is it the same thing in your country?
Well, in old country is no got it for unemployment's problem. Everybody works.
Oh.
Or else.
I'm just furious. A year ago, I painted the battleship New Jersey on my favorite model. Now the ship's been decommissioned. I had to put her chest in mothball.
Jeremy.
Oh, Dan, yes,
I hate to bother you, but I wanted to ask you, in England, isn't it true you have a county of Sussex and a county of Essex? Don't you also have a county of Middlesex?
Yes, but they don't bother anybody.
Boris' wife and I have the something in common. We're both thinking of leaving him.
How would you like to make a movie with me?
Oh, I'd love to. Do you have any influence with the studio?
No, but I've got my own self-operating camera.
My boyfriend is so sweet. I thought he loved me because I wore mini skirts and see-through blouses. But he said he'd love me just as much if I didn't wear them at all.
I think it's deplorable that movies with so much sex are so popular. I mean, how do they expect a person my age to stand in line so long?
bust?
Well, 2 out of 1 ain't bad, you know.
Greer, do you think integration has made any marked advance in the Deep South?
Oh, yes, indeed it has, Dan. I read where an all-white school just admitted a number of black children do exist.
Boris has always believed that the truth will out. Well, last night his wife found out the truth, and guess what? Now he's out!
You sneak up on me all the time.
You know what? I've been using a mouthwash for lovers.
Does it work?
Oh, well, I don't know. I've been so darn busy gargling.
My daughter-in-law is so sweet. She gave me my Christmas present early, a set of matched luggage, already packed.
Mr. Rosmenko. Mr. Rosmenko, you dancing fool, you.
Keep talking. I'm listening. I'm listening.
In America, we have a ghetto problem I'd like to talk about with you.
Oh, certainly, Mr. Roman. Well, in all country, we got it ghetto problem, too.
Oh.
Get out of army, get out of party, get out of country. Quick! It's a big joke in Bialystok.
You know, Pam, it's really a shame all that trash lying around in our public parks.
Yeah, why don't they all get up and get
Sweden is now having a crime problem with the American military defectors they've admitted. You might say it's a case of Sweden getting its just deserters.
So many people attend the new drive-in churches. We need a new commandment. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's parking place.
You know, when I started in movies, it was quite difficult for an actress to get big parts. But now it's just a simple operation.
This reminds me of New Year's Eve at home when Uncle Dino comes over. At 12 o'clock, we ring out the old. And at 12:30, we ring out Uncle Dino.
I enjoy New Year's Eve parties, but I know it's time to leave when people say they dig my groovy turtleneck.
Would you mind if I got familiar?
Of course I'd mind.
Good. That's just what I like, a girl who minds.
Mr. Rosmenko, do workers in your country get any time off for holidays?
Of course, Mr. Roman. Christmas, they only work half a day, 12 hours, and the other 12 hours, they get a chance to partovate around with the Holojazes.
The New Year comes to Burbank. Nobody celebrates it. They just feel terribly sorry for it.
You know, with current military scandals involving the sale of guns, supply store rake-offs, and the service club profiteering for the new year, maybe the Army could open a graft board.
Boris and I got so wrapped up in each other last New Year's Eve. Well, we didn't know whether to call the Justice of the Peace or an osteopath.
Good heavens, you know, I don't have a noisemaker.
Well, you do now.
New Year's Eve when my son and daughter-in-law told me that they were going to ring out the old. How was I supposed to know they meant me?
Happy New Year, Dan.
Happy New Year, Goldie.
You know what I like best about New Year's?
Having the foggiest.
That song.
What song's it?
May old Lang Syne be forgot.
That's a great song. That's not really the way it goes, Goldie.
Well, I don't want to do any more.
You know, Dan, my cousin is saving herself for her husband.
That's very nice, Nancy.
Mm-hmm. Well, he doesn't think so.
Oh?
No. See, they've been married for 10 years.
Already this year, baby doctors have found that the birth control pill produces a serious side effect. The medical term is loss of income.
My son-in-law made a complete fool of himself at our New Year's Eve party. He passed out cold right in the middle of my striptease.
With so many mobile homes these days, they're planning a mobile cemetery. Now, when you go, you keep on going.
Rena, dear, I say, if we must have riots, let them be in Boston. After all, we do get a much better class of people there.
In our society, folks object to people living together before they get married, and after they get married, they object to living together.
New Year's Eve, Boris and I were talking of getting married and spending 2 wild weeks in Bermuda. Or was it spending 2 wild weeks in Bermuda and then getting married?
Mr. Roman, you know, in the old country, we make it New Year's Revolution.
No, you mean resolution. You don't know our language.
Mr. Roman, we make revolution. You don't know our country.
If I go up to your apartment, will you promise not to try anything funny?
Don't you worry, I'll be in no mood for jokes.
Hey, kids, my girlfriend and I went to a wild masquerade party. She went as Goliath, and I went as a Sistine Chapel. By 12 o'clock, she was stoned, and I was plastered.
Well, I'll say one thing about the pill. It certainly takes a lot of worry out of going to college.
Dan, what would you say is the most significant advance in automobile safety in the past few years?
Ralph Nader.
Miss Goldstone, you know, it's your government spent over $24 billion to send a man to the moon. It doesn't make it sense.
It sure doesn't. I mean, no sooner did you get him up there than they brought him right back again.
Jeremy, in England, do you have a blood bank?
No, Dan, but we do have a Liverpool.
I don't think my boyfriend loves me. Last night I asked him if he thought I had a good figure, and he spent the whole evening groping for an answer. We were on the phone at the time.
You know, in the Army, there aren't many sergeants you can drink under the table. But there are a few you can pay under the table.